Good day, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope everyone is doing well today. So, today I will be reviewing a fragrance from the House of Lattafa. This is called Emeer. Now, this was released, I think, in the final quarter of last year. However, I got to try it maybe 4 months ago for the first time from a friend. And honestly, like in the first half an hour, I thought, this is not maybe my type of fragrance. But as it continued to dry down and as it continued to unfold, I realized that, wow, okay, this is a good fragrance. And I ended up, buying a bottle. And through using it, I thought it's good. So, I'm doing this review to recommend it to everyone. So normally I don't talk about presentation, right? But in this case, this is a nice one. So it comes in a box, a cube-shaped box, and as you open it, the fragrance is sitting inside and has like these overlight LED lights, and it's really cool. These it gives it like a showroom type of thing. So it's a cool touch, especially if you're giving this as a gift to someone. They'd look at this and they would appreciate it. I would assume. So yeah, that is a cool thing. I had the box, of course, but you know, I bought the fragrance like 2 or 3 months ago. My kids got hold of it, and it is destroyed. It's history now. So, but I'll try to find a picture and I'll put it here. All right. So now let's talk about the scent itself. Now, for me, I think if I were to describe it in a few words, I would say that this is a woody, citrusy, spicy fragrance, basically. But the overall composition is considered a fresh fragrance, a fresh DNA overall. And at the opening of this fragrance, you're greeted with this really bright lemon note, combined with some fruity green touch from the juniper berry, and some aromatic side from the clary sage. It's a very bright, uplifting opening that will definitely catch your attention. And then you move on to the heart, and this is the part that I enjoy the fragrance the most. Is there's this really beautiful cardamom note, like a fresh cardamom note, and there's also a tea note. Both of them combined here are doing a fantastic job at keeping the composition bright and just uplifting overall. There's also olibanum, and I really appreciate these touches. Like whenever you put something resiny like that in a fresh composition, it makes it a bit different. And because me as a guy who has a lot of fragrances and been using fragrances for many years, I'm bored of the usual citrus musk combo. That's way too many fragrances like that. So when you get a fresh composition with something like olibanum, like cardamom, these things, they make the fresh fragrances interesting and more enjoyable, especially for those who tried everything else under the sun. Not me, of course. Then you move on to the base, and the base has this kind of a salty ambergris note, and of course, it's definitely just ambroxan at the end. There's also cedar, and it gives it somewhat of a sweetness, a little bit, not too much. So at the base, it kind of becomes like a bit of a masculine, sort of an early 2000 type of fragrance. But it doesn't remind me of a specific fragrance at all, at any point of the fragrance. Only maybe in the base. There's also patchouli, I forgot to mention. That's also in the base, and it's quite prominent. Now, at that stage, maybe a little bit, a tiny bit, reminds me of Oud for Glory from the same house. So maybe they use the same patchouli essential oil in both fragrances, and that's why I'm getting this link. I guess. But it doesn't smell like it overall. This is a fresh fragrance after all. So, in terms of performance, this is quite satisfying. I think I'm happy with how it performs. Maybe 7 hours is what I'm getting, maybe a bit more. As a skin scent, it can continue for quite some time, like maybe 10 hours. I noticed that it would stay. But as a projection and as a the actual life of the fragrance that you get to smell it and enjoy it in the air and so on, I would say 7 to 8 hours. It's within that range. So it's quite good for this kind of a composition that is considered fresh. So since it's fresh, summer and spring are ideal for this fragrance. However, I think this can work as a signature scent, year round. I would say maybe men over the age of 25 would be okay. Youngsters may not really appreciate that kind of scent profile. Price, not really sure how it is in your country, but where I live, I think it's around 30, 35 US dollars. So maybe where you live, you might find it for the same price, a little less, a little more. Check out where you find your fragrances. I hope you can get it for a good deal if you want to try it. Of course, try to sample. Try to walk into a shop if you have that kind of privilege where you live, and give it a try. Don't overlook it. It's a good fragrance. All right, that concludes the review for Emeer by Lattafa. Now, have you tried it? You can leave your opinion in the comments, and if you have any other questions about other fragrances that I will be able to answer, I would be happy to. So do leave them in the comments, and do check out the other videos on the channel. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.